What's up, spooky fam? Today we have a little bit of catching up to do before we get into the rest of the bulk of the content I have already filmed, and frankly it is the last 3 wrap-up videos of 2022. I know we're already in February and I kind of slacked my way through January trying to catch up, but regardless of that, we have my picks for my worst horror movies of 2022, and then we have my top 20 best favorite horror movies of 2022. That's going to be split into 2 parts, so that's why I say we're going to have 3 wrap-up videos coming. But after that, we are going to swiftly move into Cult Horror Movie Week, our 3rd annual Cult Horror Movie Week. I hope that you guys are excited. I feel like that is becoming a February staple around here and something I look forward to. I have some movies that I've been wanting to talk about. 1BR being one of them that I've been meaning to put on a list for a long time. But anyways, today, like, I really don't want to spoil any of my other plans, but like, shit, I have some really good ideas. No. So before we get into any of this, if you'd like to purchase any art, if you would like to see any more of me, support the channel any further, all of the links are down below. Today's video is books. You guys know that I am a book hoarder, and this year I've really been meaning to make a point to read more, and it's been paying off, but we'll get into that. I have acquired some books that I have been meaning to add to the collection. One that is next on my to be read list, one that I've wanted, weirdly enough, since the 12th grade. So we're gonna haul some books, but let's talk first about the books that I've already read. It's February. I'm not a very fast reader, but I have already read just about 2 books in the past month. So starting January, I wanted to start with a book that wasn't too long, and something that I could just like easily digest, and I started with Rosemary's Baby. It was short, just over 200 pages, and honestly this book is a work of art. This book was so good. It had me roped in. Because I read mostly on my breaks at work, and I found this so easily digestible, and the whole time I was reading it, if anyone else was in the lunchroom, I guarantee they saw me just going like the whole time. It was so, there were so many scenes in this in this book that like I could see in my brain, and like the characters were so fully fleshed out to me, and everything as I was reading it just felt so I felt like I was being gaslit reading this. Like, I felt like I was Rosemary, because this is like told in kind of like a 3rd person. I don't know, I felt like it was me that was being gaslit the whole time that I was reading it. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. And the part as soon as I got to when she goes, "What have you done to his eyes?" I like heard that in my brain, and it will like book will stay with me forever. It was so good. I did make a Goodreads, maybe like 10 years too late, but I will leave it linked down below if anyone wants to follow me there. You can keep up with what I am reading. I say I've read almost 2 books because I am just about done my 2nd book, Gerald's Game, Stephen King. I am 10 chapters away from being done, and I'll probably be done this in the next 2 days, considering the fact that I read 9 chapters yesterday. And I just can't, once I start with this one, I'm really having a hard time putting this one down. My only gripes with this book, with Stephen King. I had a hard time getting into the beginning of the book. I felt like there was so much exposition that was just repeated in different ways, and there was so much repetition and so much, but now that I'm so far into the book, I feel like that kind of paid off because a lot of the things that were said have stuck with me, but I feel like there's so many names of people that are introduced that we're not familiar with, and they're just kind of like mentioned to you but like not introduced. I feel like the chapters are so inconsistent, like with the pages, and it feels like where was I? So, chapter 28, 29, like one page, but then now I'm getting into it and like 30 to 31 is gonna be like 16 pages, you know? So it's just that's kind of throwing me off. I feel like some chapters could be smushed together. But let me tell you, this book is, I watched the movie first, so I'm having an easier time picturing the assault scenes in the book, and it's not good that I'm having an easier, like it's making it a little bit harder to read. It is written in a way where it just feels like some words are just written and they make me want to just like crawl out of my skin. I don't even want to say them out loud because like I'm inverting thinking about the way he talks about like male things happening. It's so visceral to like read, but I feel like it does add a layer of reality, I guess, to it, and it's just it's gross and it's good. It's really good. My mom, I was reading this at the doctor's office yesterday, and my mom like leans over and she's like, "Oh, what's your book about?" And I was like, "It's dark, Mom. It's really dark." And then we got in the car and she was like, "How's your book?" And I told her about it, and I said, "That's why I don't want to tell you, I didn't want to tell you in the doctor's office, because I didn't want anyone else to hear us. It was so quiet in there." Oh my god, imagine that was the conversation that you're eavesdropping on. Yeah, she was handcuffed to the bed, and then he was just and he died. And then there's trauma. So, moving on. Very exciting books. This weekend, if you guys saw my last video, it was a vlog style review, spoiler-free review. We went to go see Infinity Pool in theaters. Fantastic. But beforehand, I dragged Alex to Indigo, which if you're not in Canada, this is just a bookstore, kind of like your Barnes and Noble, except for there's no Criterions there. But I'll get to the contents of this bag in a minute, because this is what I was just the most excited for. These two books here, I just happened to thrift at Goodwill. And this one, when I go to Goodwill, I look for horror titles. I look for things that stick out to me that are horror related. Horror, true crime, thriller, mystery, suspense, like things like that. And this one, Dexter, it was a Dexter book, Dexter in the Dark. I'm not sure. I think this might be the first one, but I'm not sure. But either way, now I'm on the hunt for these two. We are on season 2 of Dexter. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I don't like Michael C. Hall, and that's what takes me away from the show. I have a hard time with him as an actor. I don't know why. I can't take him seriously. I just feel like he's got an asshole face, and when he tries to be funny, I don't get it. But moving on to a book that this is the one I've wanted since the 12th grade. In high school, I was really obsessed with like musicians' biographies, and specifically like rock or like metal artists, musicians. And this is one that I have wanted for a long time. and it's Nikki Sixx's The Heroine Diaries. And I was just always so fascinated by the way that the story is told, and it's not like a linear book, it's just like actual diary entries, and I feel like that intrigues me a lot. And I feel like it'll be a really interesting read, but I'm healing my inner child with this. Okay, so now moving on to the exciting things. We'll start off with this because this caught my eye. It had a $7 sticker on it, and I've already read this book and it's stuck with me till now. And it is a book that I read in the 11th or 12th grade, and it really, through every life event that's happened over the past couple of years, I have been like, this is very Orwellian. This is very 1984. And I'm so excited to reread this. There are so many scenes from the movie. The movie has stuck. The stretching scene in the movie has stuck with me for years. I'm just really excited to reread this. I feel like the concept of Big Brother is so scary, but this is the book that is next on my to be read. This has been on my Amazon wish list to buy, and I'm happy that I actually went to a bookstore to buy it, and like I didn't buy it on Amazon. Everybody keeps saying this is one of the scariest books they've read. This is one of the most terrifying books they've read, and this is Paul Tremblay's A Head Full of Ghosts. I don't know why I think about this all the time, this book, and I've just wanted it for so long. And we searched and searched, because this bookstore we went to was not like set out by sections like the one that's in the mall. It was set by like just fiction by author. So I'm looking for a horror section, but we were looking in the wrong place the whole time. We should have just been looking in like the author's name, I guess. But as soon as we found this, I was like, yep, that's it, let's go. I actually went to the bookstore with the intention of picking up the 3rd volume of Snot Girl. Snot Girl is my favorite graphic novel. These are omnibuses of the entire like single issues. There's like, I don't know, 10 in one, but volume 3 is out, and I went with the intention of getting volume 3 of Snot Girl, and I walked in there and this was my only thought. So I'm really happy about this. Next, I want to purchase, let's talk for a second. The next books on my to be purchased list. I keep calling them movies, I don't know why. A book called Mother Thing, which the author actually grew up and lives like 2 blocks away from me. But it's going to be made into a movie soon, and the premise, the synopsis, go check it out, it seems pretty good. Her mom actually was in my store and recommended me the book, and I'm actually really excited to pick that one up. So Mother Thing is next on my to be purchased. Nick Cutter's The Deep and Nick Cutter's The Troop. So those are 3 books, and I wouldn't even mind reading A Knock at the Cabin by Paul Tremblay because the movie is coming out, but we'll see about that. Maybe that'll be like a movie to book watch, not a book to movie watch. But that's all for today. Thanks for letting me talk your ear off about books. I just wanted to like have a video up because I'm gonna take some time to edit the next couple of videos. We still have a couple of movies to watch for Cult Horror Movie Review Week, so stay tuned for all of that, and I will see you in the next video. Sayonara, Spooky fam.